This bad boy used to hang up at my monster museum, and he's been there about 6 years, maybe seven. And he's running into problems. He's kind of falling apart. There's all kinds of stuff going on with him, and the goal is to repair him, replace, spruce him up, and put him back into action. So that's our goal, and I am going to work on that. And let's a lot of these techniques will work with whatever props you want to repair. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to break this guy down. I'm going to take off this hair. I'm going to take him off of the plaque so I can work on each part kind of individually. I think he is damaged enough. I need to reinforce the whole thing. And I kind of want to redo the hair. I can find something that looks cooler than this now. On my particular prop, I had a couple repairs that were done earlier with hot glue, and I pulled that out. But you will probably not run into that. But that left me with a couple missing chunks. The next step for any kind of repair, you see how bad that's broken, for any kind of repair on this is going to be to clean it, because I want whatever I do to it to stick. So I'm going to wipe this whole thing down really well with naphtha. I know that I'm going to repaint this whole thing, so I am not going to worry about taking off any paint. If you're a little worried about that, then clean with 99% alcohol. And that'll get most of the things off also. Or just a mild detergent and water and a rag. Now that it's been cleaned and wiped down, I can contact cement together the areas that need gluing back. And this guy has quite a bit of splitting. If I encountered any latex on this that was sticky, any latex that looked like it was physically breaking down and becoming gummy, cut that out and remove it, because that's just going to spread. Unfortunately, that's kind of like a disease. It's going to spread. So cut that out and you'll have to rebuild that area. I'll have a lot of rebuilding and seaming to do, but I have not encountered any sticky areas on mine. So now I'm going to contact cement this up. The contact cement is applied, and I'm letting for it to dry before I put all these pieces together. Latex is a natural compound like wood, and it breaks down over time. I want this to last a little longer, so I'm actually going to give this a skin based off of contact cement as opposed to latex. So I'm about to paint on some contact cement. I'll let that dry. I'll do a couple layers, and then I'll put some paper towel over these layers that really need just a better skin on them. So next is contact cement. Okay, so I have my piece here, and I have, this is blue shop towel. This is cellulose towel. They're sold in Home Depot. They're sold in Walmart. You can buy them almost anywhere. And I'm going to rip pieces of this in order to patch over some of these areas. And I'm just going to rip. I don't want the straight edges because these are going to be real easy to catch the eye. The ripped areas will not. And how long do I need this to be? I'm almost there. And every edge I want ripped. I do not want it cut off. I don't want it to be off the towel. This ripped edge is going to blend in very nicely once we paint. And this will also make a nice strong skin. So I ripped that so that I can make this nice fold over. I'd have a weird buckle if I didn't rip it. Okay, now that is sticking down to that first layer of contact cement. I'll put more contact cement on top of that. Really wet it, really blend it in. And those edges, there's barely any pop up at all. It's a nice clean edge. I'm going to dry that. I'm going to continue to treat all of those rips to get them nice and sealed up. So in this case, I've made a patch and I have covered it in contact cement on one side, and then I'll glue it down because contact cement bonds to contact cement very well. I want those little folds and wrinkles to happen in the same areas that folds and wrinkles would happen in skin. All right, I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to start the painting process. So now I'm going to paint this, and I'm going to paint it with a latex mask paint. I sell on StiltBeastStudios.com Beast Effects. This is latex mask paint, latex mask and prop paint. I'm going to base it in pitch black. I normally keep it in big bottles because I paint a lot of stuff. I sell it in 3 sizes on the website. This is not a commercial, but you can mix your own. It's latex house paint, interior flat, distilled water, and casting latex, the same stuff you make masks out of. So that is what I'm using. 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 is the name of the mix. And I'm just using it pre-mixed because I make it and I sell it. I just want to show you this is patched and painted. Do you see the patches? Do you see the edges of the patch? Right there is the edge. It's kind of hard to see. All the wrinkles that happen in the paper kind of naturally help you. They help it blend in. There's another patched area here. The other side was wide open, just the same. Now it's all nice and patched. You have a little bit of that texture, but the shop towel texture is not that heavy. What I think a lot of that texture is that you're seeing is I got close with the heat gun and I boiled the paint. That's okay. So all this is patch too, remember. All this is patch because that was ripped open. And that's all the way down through here. But didn't that clean up nice? And now I can just give this a paint job. I can give this some hair. And I'm probably going to put ears on this because of how I want this to read. So I think I'm going to grab some ears and put some ears on there. But the restoring part, we're pretty much there. This is restored. This is rebuilt. So I want to modify this into a bit of a bugbear. That's what he was in the museum. And I want to put some big ears on him. I have this bat mask, and I'm just going to cut the ears off of it because they're a good scale. They're bat big on this mask, but they'll be in scale on this much larger head. So I'm going to cut these guys off and glue them on. to blend this new ear in, I am going to go ahead and do a strip of blue towel around the front edge and the top in order to make it a little more of a seamless transition. I know I'm going to cover it with hair, but I think it'll still look better. See, it looks a little less ape-like with those big ears. So I went ahead and made new eyes for him, and I will put these eyes in. He did not have these before, so this will be kind of an upgrade. I'm going to cut that out, but I'll do that after I finish painting. Since this has been foam filled, I'm just going to remove these eyes and try to put the other eyes in and use the tension of the foam to hold the new eye in place. I'm going to leave that bulge of foam because that's going to push against the eye, but the eye is bigger than that opening. I'm making sure there's a pocket for the eye to sit in, so I'm pulling the foam, the latex away from the foam around the eye socket. There we go. New eyes are in, and we'll do one more coat on the ears, let that dry, and then I'll repaint. So I'm going to give this a quick paint job, but look at the difference in this prop from when we started working on it till now. It's all one piece, it's solid, and this is going to hold up for many more years of use. So I'm just going to give it a quick paint job, and I'm not going to hair it in this video because I have a lot of other videos on hairing stuff, and the whole focus of this is just repairing a prop. And I'm going to do the paint job because I'm kind of pimping my new paints that are for sale on my website. So, all right, here I go.
Sadly, my phone ran out of space to record video, but I was just about wrapped on that paint job anyway. You can see from these pictures the huge difference this build and repair made. And really, you can barely tell that it was damaged at all, and you can hardly see where the patches are. Thank you guys for watching, and as I always say, go make stuff. Real heroes of Patreon. Here's to you, Mrs. I wish this was paper mache. That's a lot of dry time. Thank you for adding to our coffers so we can make foam coffins. Bury me in pink foam. Whether you just corpse your first skelly or just made a side of beef, thank you, you sticky-fingered Patreon supporter. Now go make stuff.